Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to week 123 on Body Bags. Derek here, aka Bourgie86. And what I got for you guys is a film from 2010, and it's from three Asian directors. It's actually not an anthology, any type, it's actually one ongoing story. And the directors are Noboru Ueguchi, Yoshiro Nishimura, and Tak Sakaguchi, who also stars in the film, and it goes by the title of Mutant Girl Squad. Now, the main plot of this one, we're introduced to our main character, Ren, who's a young girl. She's just turned 16. It's actually her birthday when the film starts. And she ends up getting bullied. She's kind of like one of the kids that gets bullied in school, and she ends up passing out. The nurse, when she wakes up, she's tied down to the bed, and the nurse is about to inject her with something, saying some crazy thing like she notified the authorities and this will be stopped. And what ends up happening is in Ray's arm, a thing with a wire, like a hook, comes out and cuts the nurse's ear off. She ends up escaping, runs back home, and that's when her father tells her that he is a mutant. That means that she is a mutant. And when the 16th birthday comes, that's when her mutant tendencies come to full force and her powers start to come. What ends up happening after that is these anti-mutant force comes in and kills both her parents. And what happens is Ren's full mutant powers come to full force, and her hand turns into this in the cover with like the claw right there. And she ends up going like this rage killing spree through the city. It's fucking over the top and fucking great gore. And what happens is she ends up going to this crew called I believe it's called the Himko crew. I believe that's how it's pronounced, which is run by Mr. Kisagari, who's played by Tak Sakaguchi, and he's a very over the top character who's dressed like a geisha. And it's a group of like these girls that all have mutant powers. When you meet them, they all show her power, their powers. Like one girl has like swords that come out of her breasts, and another girl has a chainsaw come out of her ass. And yeah, I know. And then there's Ray, who trains her, who's a very overpowering and anti-human character. And then we find out what Mr. Kitsugari's intentions are, and that is to actually wipe out the human race because of the way of they treat the mutants in society. But Ren is half human because we find out that her mother was actually a full human. So she's actually a half mutant. And with that being said, she still believes that there are good humans out there. And she doesn't want to destroy all of the human race. So it ends up being against her, against Ray and Mr. Kasagari. But she has help by her other friend, Yoshi, who's a nurse. They're all three of them on the cover: Ray, Yoshi, and Ren, right there. And it's pretty much Yoshi against them to try to stop it, and she actually tries to turn Ray to her side. And that's pretty much the main plot of the film. I don't want to really give away too much more spoilers in it. Now, my thoughts on it. Very, very cartoony in the way of the nature of the film, the way the story is. It kind of reminds me of like maybe like an over the top Japanese version of like a Marvel comic book in a way, the way it was told. It kind of reminds me of like an origin story of like a bigger story to come too, also, which makes sense because a lot of like those Marvel comic books or DC have like origin stories to them. Now, this film has some fucking awesome moments in it, though. It has a lot of great gore. It mixes like practical with like some kind of cartoony CGI, but it makes sense for the nature of the story because of the cartooniness of it and the goofy moments. Because Noboru Ueguchi and the Takamushiari, who done Zombie Ass and Tokyo Gore Police, are known for that over the top style of gore and violence in their films. And it really works out for the best of the abilities for the film, and I like all the characters in it. Tax Sakaguchi's is fucking over the top with his character, with worshiping like this god, or like the main leader, but it's like a statue, like a mutant, until the end of the film. And what happens is very over the top. The ending of this film is fucking so over the top and funny and out there for those hardcore, like, over the top Japanese lovers. Yeah, I had fun with this one. It's a really fun watch. It's not for everyone. If you like your over the top Japanese films, this is for you. So, if I had to rate Mutant Girl Squads, I'm gonna give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. Nothing mind blown, but just mindless fun if you enjoy these type of films. I do recommend it, especially from the Sushi Typhoon. They're great, like, line and company with these well go use essays. I know they have a few films coming up. Hope they do, anyways. Awesome stuff right here. Check it out. All right, guys. That's all I got for week 123. I'll be back next week with another review. Like, subscribe, and comment the body bags, and I'll leave the link to my channel below. And as always, I'll see you next week. Peace out.